see how the light is going. There you go. What do we think about that? That works. And 9 AMI testing. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello. Hello, check. And 9 AMI test. Going in the dummy load on a tune-up here. Hello, check. And 9 AMI. Lots of time. K6LK at 9 AMI. K6LK at 9 AMI. Well, this is boring. We'll see how many people we get tonight. Hopefully the stream will be a little higher quality. Kind of boosted the Wi-Fi signal out here, so it should be better. I haven't really tested on a full stream. It's Saturday night. High internet usage right now, but it's got to be better than what it was last week. So we'll see what happens. Somebody will probably be showing up 15 minutes or so, usually quarter after. But just depends on what everybody's doing tonight. I am going to go refill this. So you guys enjoy. Alrighty then. We got a mascot in here tonight. Well, anyways, for the moment, until he starts barking. What's up, big guy? Wanna go back out? You'll be hot. Come on. Come back out. Alright. I wasn't out here, and it was 88 degrees in here, so I had to crank the air on. I'm down to 79. Doesn't help when you're running Swan rigs and everything else with tubes in it. They throw off a bit of heat, so it'll cool down. Probably by the time the net's over with. You're probably hearing some people in Foreland. Most of them are in Georgia. Pretty weak still. And 9 AMI. Now I hear somebody tuning up. That could be Skip. You'll hear the static crashes. Those are probably storms back east somewhere. They could be 1,000 miles plus away. Not that strong tonight, but so I'm going to try and run no amplifier tonight, just about 120 watts. We'll see what they say. Most of them are used to me running 1,000 watts plus, but probably should be fine with 120 watts or so on this Swan 175, otherwise known as the Qt 175. And again, you're hearing guys back east, a couple 1,000 miles away. Can they hear us? Yeah, probably. But they're weak, we're weak. Kind of ignore each other for the most part. And 9 AMI. And I'm kind of checking text messages here. Some of the guys. I have 3 antennas available for HF band. Right now I'm on an off-center fed dipole up at 40 feet. I have a quarter wave vertical for this band, but it can work on any other band we'll tune up. And I've got a 1,600-foot loop antenna up at about 30 feet. So I switch back. Tonight will probably be more of the loop or this dipole that we're on. All of them, a lot of times are fairly comparable. So within the West Coast wise anyways. If I wanted to talk to the guys on the East Coast on 75 meters, I definitely probably would switch to the vertical or possibly maybe the loop, but vertical usually wins out on a longer trop like that. So we ought to be getting some more people chiming in here pretty soon. It's almost quarter after the hour. And there's a tuner upper, so somebody else is here. I'm going to predict maybe that's Kevin, WA6JKN. We'll see. Maybe not. See if we can draw anybody out. N9, AMI, hanging out for the Swan net. Maybe I will have to turn the amplifier on, we'll see.
N9 AMI from W6GY.
Hey, there you are, Gary. What's happening? Good signal.
Yeah, well, you gotta work better. It's gonna work better on sideband. It's better, right? Anyway, yeah, thanks for the reminder, man. Awesome.
No problem. Yeah, the guys will be piling in here, and I'll start everything off around 7:30. So I'm just running factory stock here, about 120 watts. So you're pretty strong. I don't have an S meter on this radio, but this is an SW175. I think you said you were on a 350, right?
Yeah, it's a Swan 350, about 200 watts PEP, looks like. That's what it looks like on my meter here.
Oh, very good. Cool. Well, I'm glad you made it, man. It's cool. I don't think I've ever worked you on sideband before. Usually we're on AM, but and also I sent you that other link. I'm live streaming on YouTube, so you're on there with a cast of about 2 people.
All right, well, sounds good. All right, very good. Yeah, I fired up. I just turned this thing on, so it might drift a bit, but hopefully it'll warm up and settle down. But look forward to checking it tonight for the first time, I believe. I don't think I've ever checked into the net.
Well, very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Well, they're Swans. They do drift. So I think this one drifts for a little bit, little increments, but about 30 minutes or so, it settles down pretty good.
Yeah, very good. Well, BW was up on the AM today, and I was up there too. Another good conditions, some more good conditions on 10 meter AM. So band was hopping again today. So we were all a lot of the guys here in the Northwest were active on 10 meters AM.
I did tune in for a little bit, and I was early though. It was like 6 a.m. And I come back out a little bit later and actually went to 10 meter FM and worked a couple guys back east, and then hit a couple repeaters and played around a little bit on 10 meter FM, but it was very short lived. Only about 30 minutes of air time here today, besides tonight. So yeah, it's fun stuff. I'm glad it's open. Everybody's having a lot of fun out there for sure.
Yeah, a lot of guys getting in there. A lot of guys showing up. More and more guys showing up. Some of the older guys that come dusting off some of the old gear too. So they're jumping in there too. So yeah, it's good to see. Anyway, I'm gonna step away for a minute. I got my 705 outside. I put my Cornwell and 2-liter Yagi back up, and I still got the 705 out there. So I gotta go bring that in. So I'll be back in a bit here. I'll run outside here.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we don't want to talk out before the net. See you in a bit. N9 AMI.
Yeah, we'll check you later. I'll be around W61.
That's my Friday night AM buddy that we usually only talk to him on AM, so kind of different hearing him on sideband. And again, you're probably hearing some quieter guys. Those are the guys back east again. I'll switch to the vertical and you hear how loud it gets. You can hear a lot more static on vertical. A lot more. They bring in a lot more QRN, as they say, natural noise, and neighbors running solar panels and things like that. and static from the lightning and stuff, it'll pick it up a little bit more. I'll switch back to the dipole. And see how quiet it is? And now I'm going to go over the big loop. It'll be a little bit louder because it's such a big piece of wire, but hardly discernible. Now it's on the loop. And I'll probably just leave it on the loop for now, because I think that gets probably the best coverage on the West Coast. Like this antenna is so big, being over a quarter-mile wire, it resonates like on I don't know, I forget what it is now, like 650 AM, on your AM dial on your car radio. Pretty good size. Oh, there's somebody off frequency.
By the bay, and we're looking for the early seconds, the Swan net. K6LGL.
Hey, good evening to you there, Skip. Tuned down to you a little bit, but you're fine. You're fine. N9 AMI.
Okay, John. The Swan net. Yeah, that's the way down. But
why do you get so quiet?
Let me write down some codes there. Take one, John. I don't see but that comes up.
And 6WHK.
Okay, Phil, we got you. Hang on to John.
All right. Hey, good evening to you there, Phil. Good signal. Yeah, you were super strong there right away there, Skip, and then you kind of just went away kind of quietly. You're still in there, but I don't know. I guess it's the band. I'm just running 100 and whatever, about 122, 23 watts here on this SW175. I didn't turn the amp on yet, but if I need to, I can. But I figure, well, let's just run 100 watts tonight. I also sent out the new stream. I'm streaming again tonight, Skip. And it's on a different channel, but you get the email, so you get the email if you want to view that or not. But I just wanted to test it out. Camera's facing me, and so we'll see how it works out. Can do some other things, but kind of testing out the new Wi-Fi out here to see if the signal's strong enough to run HD video and whatnot. So I'll pass it over to Mr. Phil. And we also are going to have a newer guy to the net hint tonight, W6GY, Gary. He'll be chiming in from Idaho. So he was on here, but he took a little break, and I'm sure he'll be back in with his Swan there, Skip. So over to you there, Phil. Take it away, N9 AMI.
N9 AMI and 6WHK. Well, I've been on your website for the last half hour, I guess. Still on time waiting for the net to enjoying some of your mining scenes and some of the information you have there, which is right up my alley. So thank you for that, and good photography from that little flying helicopter you have there. I don't guess they call them helicopters, but anyway, you know what I mean. Good evening to you there. To everybody else who's listening in or is going to check in. I'm on my Swan. I'm running about, about 300 watts. I guess thereabouts. And I think that's enough for tonight. So I know he isn't cranking it up. K6LGL, back to you, sir. You're sounding good tonight, too. And 6WHK.
Okay, Phil, you're real strong in here. You're very strong. Yeah. So we'll see if we can hear. And John, your signal came
GL W6GY. Good to hear you, Skip, boy. It's been a while. It's been a while, Skip. So good to hear you. Good that you're still hanging out. And, yeah, Gary up in Boise, Idaho. And I'm on my original transceiver from 1980 when I was a novice. This is my novice rig. It's a Swan 350. And I just recapped this about I think a year ago. So it's kind of neat to get this back on the air. So have a lot of fun with it. Brings back a lot of memories. Your signal strength goes to the left instead of the right. And it's the only radio I think that I have that does that. Anyway, back to you, Skip. Good to hear you. Hopefully your copy is K6LGL W6GY.
Okay, Danny. So I'm trying. Not too strong there, but for the most part, too fine. Oh, glad you made it in here. Welcome to the Swan, this is Skip and Tom Monica, K6LGL. We celebrate creating various works of Phil Johnson, W6QK. We started in Arizona and then moved to Oceanside and created these beautiful simple conversion transceivers, you know. The 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 series, and everything in between. And then, of course, went to solid states under different names, Atlas and others. So there you go. Glad that you, that John mentioned that you're in the, see, maybe a second will come up a little bit more. Yeah, this is Skip in Santa Monica. Did you have any others, Cut? I'm not hearing anybody. So John, roll us back to you and then stand by. Do a sample thing, maybe pick up a few more. So it's a certain time, but, you know, it's flexible. And on, where am I? K6LGL.
Okay, K6LGL, N9, AMI. Very good. Very good. Yeah, everybody's pretty strong. You're hanging up in there now too, Skip. So, yeah, the band, it's, 30, just kind of got dark, and it's changing a little bit. So it'll be fine. And yell at me if I need to turn the amp on, but I think S9 is probably good enough down there. And we'll just run barefoot tonight, as the Seabeers say. But hey, Phil, I was gonna tell you, if you're looking at that channel, you're not gonna find this live stream on there. I kind of wanted to split that ham stuff up and just start a new channel, but if you're not on that, all you just do is search for Wavelength Radio. That's the channel, and you'll find the stream on there, and you can, if you want to view it, that is, no big deal. You can see, if you want to see me. Maybe not, but anyway, not a big deal. Just kind of playing around a little bit and having fun with that, and that's that. So hopefully we get some more folks here, and I guess probably leave a little pause for the cause, I guess. So over to you, Phil, and 9 AMI.
I guess I'd pause long enough. And 9 AMI and 6W8K. Well, I'm a prospector from way back. But I use a metal detector, a dry washer, and a bunch of other stuff. I was amazed at your little spin table. I have one, but vertical instead of horizontal like that one. But it does the same thing. It separates the yellow stuff from the black there and the other stuff. So I'm enjoying your website and the pictures. That's an area I've never been into. So it's just kind of interesting to me. What else can I say about it? Yeah, I know you have a different site for the radio stuff, but that's okay. I'm enjoying what I'm enjoying right at the moment. And I'm enjoying this little rig here too, this 350 Delta. It is a digital readout. That's about the only thing that's digital on it. and it's a good rig, so it's working well for me. I'm gonna pass it on over to W6GY, but give a break to see if anybody else comes in. And 6WHK.
Okay, Jay, we got you. You'll be after Gary, W6GY. Welcome aboard, K6RZL. Gary, go ahead and take one.
Go ahead and take one if you're there, Gary. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, yeah, I'm in one here. Oh, conditions look favorable. The Southern Cal, I'm hearing you good though, John.
Anyway, good deal. I don't know how many guys usually check in here, but looking forward to it. Is it 8:30 yet to the start? Anyway, we send it back to you, John, W61.
Okay, yeah, I guess you're not hearing Skip that well, but it'll get better. Yeah, usually we get anywhere from up to about a dozen or so, probably on the busiest night. So, and I think you're gonna pass it to MWL, WB6 MWL Jay. So I'll just send it over to Jay because he's probably hearing me.
Yeah, here it is, John.
Welcome aboard to the mothership for Swan members, K6 Little Green Light. Okay. Good evening to you there, Jay. Nice signal. You're about good 10, 15 over 9 here. So, let's see. VWS. Okay. And Gary, you were a little bit down. You're still in the F67 range here, and a little QSB, and we lose a word or two there. So that's the way it is, you know. I'm running the Swan 500 Charlie X-ray with a pair of 6L26 at about 300 watts out, not pushing it to its maximum. So, you know, but into a half-wave antenna. Actually, well, it is a photo of that, but it's actually a doublet, all that. So, probably do a little bit better on the dipole, but that's the one we're using tonight. Okay, well, with the beginnings of the net, they got about, 6 people. So, Ron, I'll turn it over to you, and then let's take another step, Brian, see who joined us. There's Joe doing be there. He's on his way. He's probably in Cuba already. Well, maybe not, but on the way, let's put it this way. Doing his missionary work there. So, we'll miss YEC, but perhaps maybe we'll hear from Paul, K2LMQ there, and others. So, over to you, the last night signal, KD6VWS, and the Swan Group, K6 Little Green Light. Yeah, so I was trying to do is take a part here, because I could hardly hear anybody and wasn't putting out anything. Come to find out, across the roof, I had the antenna switched over to the battery.
just kill the dang scorpion down here. I come down here, but I put the fire off and stuff up. Go upstairs and take a shower. And I'm looking on the floor and I go, that don't look good. That little scorpion. So I grabbed it, big roll of solder, and slammed that down on it. And that didn't phase him, so I slammed him again. And just lifted on top of it and got a screwdriver and poked him from the hole in the middle of the road. So it's still, that solder roll is still on top of it. I ain't gonna pick it up, so not for right now anyway, because I'm barefoot. I don't want to think they're hard to kill. And yeah, I went Skip. I went to the Integratron today, and I used it as a range test on my battery capacity, and I made it 35-mile round trip, and I still have 20% battery. So, and yeah, it was $50 to go inside there, but it's a therapy thing with sound. Got these big glass cylinders that rub, you know, like you do a wine glass and it hums. Except these are big glass cylinders, all different sizes, and so it's like a sound therapy session. It's $50, so I just stayed at the gift shop, got me a Integratron thing magnet to put on the refrigerator. So that's my thrilling story so far down here today. Beautiful day, by the way. So back to you, Skip. I don't know who it goes to. K6LGL.
I'm going to turn the amp on.
Okay, Ron. Interesting story there about the Integratron. Yeah. KD6BWS and the Swan group, K6LGL. Well, let me give you the list. After me, we have N9AMI. This is Skip in Santa Monica, by the way. First starting N9AMI, then N6WHK, then W6GY, Gary there in Idaho, then WB6NWL, and JD there in Claremont, and the Inland Empire, signal, and then KD6BWS. So fine, yeah, the Integratron is interesting acoustics, the way it's construction. Yeah, $50 sounds like a little expensive there to experience the sonic therapy. But I read and I've seen videos of that some time ago. There's some interesting features on that. Interesting acoustic design. And if you stand right in the middle there, you've got, it's like, you know, in the center of a microwave antenna in the focus point, except it's acoustical. And there's some interesting effects to be had from that, and psychological effects also. So glad you drove down there, and yeah, looks like you got pretty good battery reserve and it's fully charged on the electric bike of yours. Alrighty. Everybody else for the Swan, this is Skip in Santa Monica, K6L, wishing to check in.
It's light tonight.
Okay, didn't hear anybody, so let's go to the top of the list. Over to you, John, and over to Bill. N9AMI. Let's see how the signals are. K6LGL for the Swan.
Okay, K6LGL, N9AMI. I turned the amp on. I figure it might be needed a little bit down south there, so you guys are used to me having the amp on, so that's about, almost legal limit. So there you go. And we are streaming here on the Wavelength Radio deal on YouTube. And Phil, I'm glad you like those videos. I haven't made any of the mining treasure hunting videos for a while, But if you go through that internet gold miner stuff, you'll find some with K6LK on there. He's kind of my partner in crime on a few of those, and we made some fun ones doing some privy digs and things like that. So you might get a kick out of that. He's a character, as he is on air. So yeah, you're holding up okay here, Skip. There's a little bit of QSB tonight, I think, but other than that, everybody's still holding up just fine. And like I said, I'm running the SW 175 tonight. About a little bit under legal limit right now, and into the big 1,600-foot loop antenna. So I just picked the camera up and we're showing the DC mills on the radio here, so everybody can see the darn thing. But anyways, that's the story there, and I will pass it to N6WHK, my friend Phil down south, and 9 AMI.
9 AMI and 6WHK. Well, I'll probably run across that because I'm going down the whole list of them there. I find them quite interesting. They're going to finish up my kitchen tomorrow. That means the hard part, putting everything back in there. But it does look really good, and I'm very happy with it. The colors, they got a little bit to do on the flooring, but they're going to come tomorrow to finish that up. I'm happy about that. Then the hard part starts, putting stuff back, deciding what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. And there's going to be a lot of things I'm getting rid of. Anyway, that's about all I've done today is work a little DX, which was fun. I worked mostly 10 meters, and I enjoy that band. And I worked quite a few stations for contacts. I worked a few to RegQ with. I prefer to RegQ, but some of them that want to work contacts. So I do that too. Anyway, I did get on 12 meters a little bit and played around on that one. And I worked a few, one rare station, which the country I've never worked before. And we got to talk about equipment. I told him what I had, and he was telling me what he has over there, and how he come by it, and everything else. Found it quite interesting. So that's basically my thing for today. I kind of stayed out of their way and stayed in my radio room and played radio. So the guys could work in the kitchen there and get it finished up. They got everything done except for the floor. They got a little bit of the floor left. And they said he's going to come tomorrow and finish that up. So I'll be a happy camper after that. And the hard part starts. Yeah, the hard part. That's putting things back. Cleaning up old sawdust off of dishes and what have you that's sitting in the hallway and in the dining room and in part of the living room and everything else. Anyway, with that, let's pass it on to W6GY. If you can copy me, go ahead. N6WHK.
K6LK.
Go right ahead. K6LK. Go ahead, Gary. W6GY. And then, I guess I make a transmit to you were guilty of the last year, WS, okay? K6LK. Go ahead, Gary. All right, good deal. Well, very good. Yeah, I'm hearing you pretty good, Phil. You guys are all about 5 and 7, so yeah, it's way down. I would expect you guys, but tonight's not that good up in here to hear you guys, with the exception of course John.
So that's the story. So I'm pretty familiar with the AM crew down there. So good to hear you guys tonight. I got a few names. I got Jay, Phil. I think there's a Ron in there. Of course, John and Skip. So I don't know if I'm missing anybody on the list here, but I'll find out who K6LK is. Anyway, my name is Gary again, Gary in Boise. And I'm running my original transceiver from my novice days back 1980 to 82, where I did novice, when I was a novice. And it's a Swan 350, my original Swan 350, which I recapped and restored about a year ago. And the antenna here, I'm using a dipole, and I'm doing dual polarization. I'm doing a dipole along with a vertical component also, a short vertical, about 30-something feet. I think that's exactly what it is. So that's what we're running here. And of course, we get barefoot on the Swan 350. So let me send it over to you, I guess, K6LK, and you'll send it to Jay. WB6 NWL in Claremont, over to Jay. So over to K6LK and the group in the form of W6GY. Yeah, okay, thanks. W6GY, K6LK. You know, I'll keep it short here. Tonight I'm on the Swan Signet, and send it over there to you. I'm a little late here, having one of those big European dinners, as John would say. Anyway, putting out barefoot. About 100 watts. So over there to you, Jay, and glad you made it in there. And I'll be giving away some stuff tomorrow. And if you need anything, you go ahead and let me know. WB6MWL, K6LK. Okay, well, K6LK, WB6MWL, real fine. Yeah, Gary, I'm happy. Your signal came up. You're about S6 time on the NCX5 here. Yeah, I haven't had this national on for a while, so I'll probably go to turn it on and do some compliment around over here. But right at 150 watts and on 75. Which isn't too bad, just to put a 676 in there. This is the Mark II version when they went over to the 676. I guess they copied that from Drake, I don't know. But that's what's in the Mark II version of the NCX5. Maybe a little bit more power out of that. I don't know. I'm not sure what other use for that. Anyway, it's a nice day today, and I think I got to about 8600 now, very hot, which is really loud. Not crazy about the hot weather here. So that's the scoop here. And I guess it's going to go over to and yeah, I remember when we moved to Phoenix, the first week we were there, my dad was out. They had a little storage room that came on the houses there. And he went in there barefooted, and a scorpion got him right on the big toe. And he killed it, he got it, but his toe swelled up about 26 size there, but it didn't really make it too sick other than a little trouble walking after a few days. But yeah, I've always heard the little ones are worse. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe you can clue me in on that. WB6VWS, WB6MWL. WB6 Juliet Kilowatt November. Okay, Kevin, welcome aboard. You will be after KG6VWS there. But actually,
double.
So go ahead, Ron, and then pass it over to our friend Kevin, K6LGL. Get done with the floor. You're a shit again.
It happened.
And John, I watched the video. That was great. Yeah, that SW1 rig. And yeah, I used to do a lot of dry washing up at the Dale district. to 29 pounds. Did that for a number of years. And did a lot of prospecting other places too. But oh yeah, that was fun. I was really in the 90s. I did a lot of mining and prospecting. So and let's see, yeah, scorpions. Well, it's the little ones in Arizona that are real bad. They're like this one was probably about 2.5 inches. It's not the deadly variety, but it's like a super bee sting if you get stung by one. And I'm allergic to bee stings, so it wouldn't be fun for me at all. And let's see. And okay, well, let me send it over to you, Kevin. WA6JKN, KD6BWS.
Yeah, KD6BWS, WA6JKN. Let me make sure I got everything set here properly. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, okay, that looks good. Well, hopefully the audio sounds okay. I'm trying a different piece of remote software and just getting ready for another trip out to Texas. And I'm just trying out my options here. I think I'm going to end up bringing 3 pieces of software just so I can have a backup on a backup on a backup. And so that's the story there. Let's see here. I was going to send John a text message. Let him know I don't hear any audio except for a bunch of popping noise. That's all I hear when I go to the link. It's just popping, and it sounds like the audio's trying to pop in, but I just don't hear it. Maybe it's my internet connection or something. I don't know. I don't know what, but I thought I'd mention that over the air. If I know John's listening there, I see his handsome mug there on the video while he's streaming.
Can you hear me?
I just turned it off. I'm going to turn it back on here in a little bit. All right, all is well here. Just operating remote. My other primary, not my primary shack, my secondary shack, I was on 13 today. Fired up the Viking 2 and the National 183D and the BC3, the BC348Q. And I think I have to replace a piece of coax. I've had the darn for about almost, let's see here, almost 50 years. So, hard line, I'm just going to get rid of the old stuff and put in the new stuff so I can eliminate what I think the problem is. Something's breaking down when I get up to 1500 watts of power from the secondary shack. I got a big Sun Air amplifier there, and it really tests everything to its limits. So it's a good mix of coax and connectors. So I won't have problems with the amphenol and the new coax. So I'm going to do it tomorrow. Not that I need it for my trip. I just want it for when I go out there and use the RT13 and the Sun Air and all that stuff. All right, I don't know who I turn it to, Ron. So whoever that person is, pick it up, please, and I'll write down your call. This is Kevin and Gilroy, WA6JKN, operating remote. And I hope this new software, I'm just trying it out. It's a thing. It's fairly new, and they're still working on it. And it's open software, free, and all that good stuff. So everything the amateurs like about that stuff for ham radio. WA6JKN
Audio works.
Standing by.
Reverse transmission. W6JKN. And the Swan SK6000. Welcome aboard. And glad that you're taking a remote to sounding good.
It's slightly different sound quality, but the difference is, you know, it's very, very, very slight. Sounds good. So, do we have anybody else joining us here on the Swan net? This is Skip at Santa Monica taking the Swan check-in, K6LGL. Okay, nothing heard. K6LGL. Well, the order tonight checked in. The first was M9 AMI, followed by N6WHK cell, then W6GY, Gary there in Idaho, and then WB6MWL, Jay there in Claremont, and the Inland Empire for the night signal, then KD63WS, Ron in Joshua Tree, then K6LK, Bill there in the San Francisco Bay Area, and then W6JKN in Gilroy. So that's the order. So let's go to the top and maybe do the final transmission if you would. There's different projects there, and a comment on the insect there, the scorpion. Well, it's they are survivors, so it takes a little while to, let's say, cause their demise. But you don't want to be stung by them, especially on the foot or anywhere for that matter, even the smaller ones. The larger ones are parts of the Arizona desert are probably a little bit more lethal. So I'm glad that you're able to escape that. But anyway, it's a good idea to check the floor when you winter, when you live out in the desert, because it's almost impossible to keep them out, to totally seal the room. All right, over to you, though, John. M9, AMI, and the Swan net, K6LGL.
All right, K6LGL and 9 AMI. I'm the dipole here now, and I'm just running the 120 watts here. So, anyways, Kevin, I did log in, and I do hear normal audio coming. So I don't know. It's just a webcam picking up the audio. I'm not doing anything too fancy yet with it. So we'll see what happens when I look at the video and see what the quality of the video is on this beefed up Wi-Fi out here. So anyways, other than that, everybody, it sounded fine. Gary, you're in there good. And welcome to Jay, good signal. The NCX5 sounds nice. Used to have one of those. Kind of an interesting rig with a mechanical dial, the VFO. Kind of cool. The readout, I should say. And in fact, I had one that was in a house fire, and it worked, but it needed a little bit of cleaning, but it did work. What else? Hello to Bill. You're sounding strong here, no problem at all, and sounds like the steak and lobster was yummy. What else? Somebody else was there. Oh, Kevin. Yeah. And I already mentioned about the audio there, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Just playing here on the internet, I guess. So, and Philip, like I said, I'm glad you're enjoying some of those videos there. They're fun, but they're a lot of work to make. People don't realize when you're doing that, to do something proper. Even like the introduction to that show, the Internet Gold Miner show. I mean, so many times you had to move the camera and drive the car past and pick up the camera, climb up the mountain, put the camera on top of the mountain, climb down the mountain, hit the record button and walk past the camera for a 10-second shot, that kind of thing. It's a lot of work involved. Especially when you're a solo one-man show. So, but it's still fun. That's why I did a bunch of them. I've got another one in the works, but I haven't done any editing on it because I kind of don't like it, actually. So I don't know if I'll put it out there or not. And I haven't done much of that this year because $6, $5-6 gas prices gets a little costly. So, anyways, that's the deal on that. And I'll send it to you, Phil. N6WHK and 9 AMI.
And 9 AM 6WHK. Well, fine business. Yeah, I do enjoy them, so I've been watching them. And there's a couple on there where the guy's talking on the net here. George is in one of them, and of course, LGL and a bunch of the others. Anyway, I used to go down to a place called Gold Rock, and come called Mine lived down there. We used to do dry washing down there. And one of the guys' wives lived with us, and she left her food outside and put it on the next morning, and she had a visitor in there, one of those little scorpions, and it hit her twice before she could get the food off, and we took her into Yuma to a doctor, or what. Anyway, she came back, and from that, she hung her boots upside down. So, bunch of sticks she drove in the ground just to make sure scorpions couldn't get in the boots. We used to have a lot of them down there, and you set out at night, you could see them. One of the guys had a black light, and he used to keep that burning at night. And of course, the scorpions glow under black light. So we use the black light for mining, but we also use it for the scorpions. Anyway, I've never been bit by them. I don't like messing with them. And I think the best place for a scorpion is under your boot when you step on it. I guess they have a right to survive too, but not where I'm at. I don't want to get bit. I don't like the looks of them. I don't think it's funny if you get bit. Never have been. But I have seen a lot of them. And that young lady got bit that one time. And she ended up having to go into Yuma to the doctor there. So, anyway, with that, I'm going to turn it over to W6GY, if you can copy. Whiskey Hotel Kilo.
Yep, I got you, Phil. You're still working until everyone's pretty much copyable. And signals are, like I said, pretty weak, but weaker than I would like them to be, but still copying you guys, so good to hear you. And good evening to Kevin, WA6JKM. It's been a while, Kevin, since I talked to you. This is Gary up from Boise. Wondering how you doing and how's Dave doing? WD4PLI. I haven't touched base with him in a long time. I still haven't been up on 40 meters. I still got the 3-element wire beam that needs to be worked on, and I still haven't gotten to that yet. So eventually I've got another month or so to do it before things get a little too crazy up here with winter setting in. So anyway, I'm running my old original Swan 350 here, Kevin. My first rig as a novice back in 1980, and I pounded a lot of CW for 2 years with this rig and had a lot of fun. I used to stay up late at night and work the New Zealand Sentinels and the DKs late at night from the East Coast on 15 meters. So it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun back then. I made a lot of contacts with this rig. And so there you go. All right, I'm going to keep it rolling. I believe I keep sending it over to Bill there. I'm not sure where you're located, Bill. If you're in Southern California, you were a little bit stronger than the other guys. John, you're hanging around this side plus. And Bill was about this side plus also. So I don't know if he's more in the northern, towards Northern California or Central California. So anyway, back to you guys down here. Good to hear you guys tonight. K6 LK
W6GY, K6LK returning. Yeah, well, very good. Yeah, well, that brings back memories, that Swan 350. I started out with a Swan 240, and I got to really get one of those going. And neutralization tended to be a problem on 20, and it never has to be neutralized, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Anyway, I'll get that thing going on 80 meters, and next month should have some fun with that. That's some old school stuff. But John, I think you've got the old school radio, that Cute 175, also known as the SW 175. I think you're doing real good with that. I'm still looking around for early Swans. I think I might put a one ad on QTH, go nationwide on that one. I feel that that's going to be the easiest way to get one, or maybe go on the Swan net on the East Coast. But I think probably most of the people that are on that net are probably looking at QTH anyway. And who in their right mind would probably want a Swan? I mean, come on. I mean, if they see an ad for wanting to buy Swan, they're definitely going to read it. I mean, for sure. It's a good entry-level radio. At the time, I looked at the KWM2s, and oh wow! I mean, talk about sticker shock. I think at that time, a good KWM2 was still around $850 or $900. But gosh, I mean, there's still $900 for a good one. So there you go. I guess you could find one about $4 or $5 probably, but who wants to work on something like that? Very complicated radio, and a very good radio indeed. Was a nice alternative. Anyway, over there to you, Jay. And, hope things are well with you. And I guess you're probably getting ready for a Claremont meet, unless you've already had one. So maybe something might show up there. Anyway, you should be getting that money order. I sent that off this week, and I think it's going to arrive there. So, barring any problems in the post office. WB6MWL at K6LK.
Okay, K6LK, WB6MWL. Yeah, I got it today. Very good. So, Claremont is this coming Saturday. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what shows up there. You never know. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's not so good. So just depends. So, your signal sounds good there. That's that time, Bill. Came up a little bit. So, Gilly, kind of a Swan 350, it sounds good too there. And that was my first side battery too. I still have one here, not the same one, but I still have one. So that's Swan. They just happened to pick up this National. I traded a 500 CX, and I got this from Chris, CSI or CSA, whatever you say. He wanted the trade, so I never had a National transceiver. I had to do a little bit of work on it, but not too much. But they are kind of complicated with that mechanical digital dial and all that. But it was more or less an alignment. It just kind of needed alignment. A couple of tubes, and it was pretty square away here. So I think, anyway. Anyway, let me keep it moving here. I'll turn it over to you, Ron. And, always helps if you're on the I've done the same thing. Wonder what the heck's going on? I can't hear anybody. I'm going to be holding on the wrong antenna. KD6 VWS, WB6MWL.
Okay, Jimmy. WB6MWL, KD6 VWS.
Yeah.
Well, I had a National NCX5 about 3 years ago. I had it for about 6 months. I helped a friend of mine that bought it, get it working, had to get a power supply for it, had to change a few components and stuff. Yeah, it was a good working radio.
the only thing I couldn't get was to track the transmit and the receive. Unless I used that clarifier, that thing was real touchy. Cause I think it goes like plus or minus 5 kc, so it was, you know, but I finally got that thing set to where transmit and receive are on the same frequency. But other than that, it was great. And, yeah, it's kind of complicated, especially that adjusting the drift and stuff on it. Once you got all that adjusted, it worked pretty good. And, yeah, Bill, don't want to put your foot into a boot with a scorpion at the bottom of it. That's an ouch. That's a major ouch. Yeah. And, all right. Well, I'm happy everybody good, John. You kind of went down a little bit. Still Q5, but, and, Jerry, you came up to about SA Q5, and, Bill, you're sounding good. I guess you're still on that long wire. That's what I'm on. I'm on a long wire. It's about 5/8 wave long. And then I got a counterpoise, quarter wave counterpoise underneath that, like the shield. And, and it seems to work pretty good. So everybody hears me, I guess. So I guess that's a good thing. And Kevin, yeah, you're sounding good. That remote setup sounds good here. I wouldn't know you were on a remote if you didn't say you were. So, well, let me see. Let me send it over to you, Kevin. WA6, Jerry KN, KD6, VWS.
Okay, yeah, I turned off the remote. I'm using the station microphone and radio directly now. I'm here in the shack. And, yeah, Gary, your signal went down from the last transmission. You sounded pretty good. That 350 is doing a good job for you. It sounded good. I was able to copy a little bit through the streaming audio that John's doing. Thank you very much, John, for doing that. I like that kind of stuff. You know, and trying out new things with technology and stuff. And, you're like on the cutting edge of all this stuff. So thank you very much for sharing all your talents with us. And let's see, what other comments do I have? Not a whole lot, really. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just making sure that the radios are working and the remote operation and all the stuff associated with that. I did get. I started getting some of the accessories for the new amplifier. The new amplifier will be here sometime after the first. Fingers crossed that nothing else happens with the supply chain. But I got the BCD cable that's the amplifier. So when you switch, it tells the amplifier to switch to that particular band. It's a safe way to do it. The amplifier also has RF sensing built in, so I don't really need that cable, the BCD cable. It will sense the RF and switch. You just click the microphone, for example, and it gives it enough RF. Well, it sense it and then switch to the proper band and whatnot. But so anyway, now I gotta order the power cord. I'm getting, just slowly getting this stuff in, so it feels like it's all coming seamlessly, But yeah, I haven't mentioned what the amplifier is. I don't want to mention what it is until I get it on the get it all here, all hooked up, all working, and then I'll share what it is, because if it doesn't work, I'm just going to send it back and buy another amplifier. Yeah, but I'm pretty confident that this one's going to do the job. It's got a pair of LD MOS devices in it for the vinyl. It will run to 1500 watts with about, I think about 4, 5, 6, 700 watts of headroom. It's got a new cooling system design. I don't know much about it. I'm hoping that the manufacturer publishes more information on how they were able to improve the cooling of those LD MOSs without using a whole bunch of fans that operate at various speeds as a function of temperature, where the thing gets really hot and then it starts sounding like a jet engine in the shack. I don't want that's that Elecraft stuff. I don't want that. And anyway, yeah, we're getting ready to take off to Texas here sometime in the very near future. I have my daughter staying here and keep an eye on the place. And that's about it. Nothing new, really. Oh, I'm going to get ready to publish the what I call the service bulletin number 7 for the KW Sugar 1. I'm going to publish that myself. I don't know what's going on over there with the Collins group. Yeah, I went to their website the other day, actually several days ago, and it's starting to mimic the AMI website. It hasn't been updated in years, and
what are you talking about, AMI?
Magazines haven't had a new posting since like, I forget, 2014 or 15 or 17 or something like that. It's like, wow, I wonder if that's going by the wayside too. That's very unfortunate if it does. Doesn't seem to be a lot of motivation there. So I'm going to go ahead and publish the thing and not wait on the Collins folks. I think they're having internal issues there. So some of you that has asked for a copy of the service bulletin, I'm going to make it available. I'll probably let you know next week where it ends up getting published so you can download it off the internet. So we'll see how that works. So maybe I'll ask John to help me get that published. I think what I'll do is do a YouTube and I'll do my QRZ page. That's pretty simple. So it goes over to Skip, I think. K6LGL. I don't know if this was the 73 round or not, but I'm good for another one. WA6JK, and it's good to hear everybody in here tonight. Beautiful signals. Take it away, Skip.
Kevin, you're running for 20 over 9. Yeah, WA6 and the Swan group, K6LGL, very good. Well, you could publish it on QRZ, obviously, with that. And I think the W6AMI, even though it's a little removed from the AM, but I think that probably John probably would accept that. And then route it to wherever it is, and just simply say that this pertains to KWS1 improvements, another mode. It is not limited strictly to AM, I think. John, but I would suggest that maybe you could accept that article also. And then, of course, send it to Signal. You know who might end up probably doing something with it is W6DQ, Dennis there. He might, he's involved heavily with the CCA group there. So just a couple of ideas. By the way, this is Skip in Santa Monica, K6LGL. Yeah, let's do the 73 round there. Find all the problems with scorpions and other devices there, other insects there, and the various attempts with that. Find on the 175, your video, John. great, K6LK, Bill, you're doing a good job there, and Kevin. So let's do the 73 round, and I'll listen out, and then we'll secure the next. Thanks for supporting it, and hey, thanks for making this a Saturday activity that we all enjoy. And Silver Springs, Nevada, K6 Little Green Light, Santa Monica Bay to Bay.
Okay, Skip, K6LGL and 9AMI. Yeah, I'm down a bit on you guys a bit because I only ran the amp for one go round there, so I shut the amp off. But I figure, well, I was saying 135 watts PEP, so yeah, it's got to be good enough. Come on. I am on the dipole. So, but who was I? Let's see, was it Ron? No, it was Jay. He was getting a little light on the loop, and I switched over to the dipole, and boom, he came right up. So, anyways, I'll keep this one short. 73 to everybody. Thanks for coming in tonight. I enjoy the Swan Net, one of my favorites all week long. Just because it's loose. We don't necessarily have to speak about amateur radio, and there's always something somebody's talking about, like tonight, scorpions. And yeah, the little yellow ones are the nasty buggers, and the big ones aren't as bad, but the little ones, yeah, they can hurt pretty good on you. All right, 73 to all, and over to you, Phil, and 6WHK and 9AMI.
73 there, AMI and 6WHK picking it up. Well, somebody was mentioning they was looking for a Swan W6CAW. Craig, I don't know his address. He lives in the back country. He has one he wants to sell. It's a 500, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. He says it's in perfect condition. Works very well. But I can't give you his web address or anything. I don't know it. But it's Craig.
What are you doing?
W6TAW.
What are you doing?
And he gets on with us at 4:30 every day, so he mentioned it on there. And YEC knows about it, which I talked to him about it. And anyway, I figured I'd put it out there. Somebody was looking for one. They can look at call-ups and get in contact with him that way. And anyway, with that, I'm going to say I'll do till 7-3 to everybody. It's been a pleasure. I enjoy getting on here. I enjoy using the older equipment. Use the heat kit. My Swan 350 Delta or the Hammerlin, they're all a lot of fun to operate. The only thing I use is Swan on is 40 and this band here. I don't take it any lower than that or higher. Actually, I should say. So I just keep it on this band. They're 40 meters. With that, I'll say 7 3 and pass it on. A W6GY and 6WHK. 7 3, gentlemen.
Good, Phil. Very good. Well, I'll say 73 from Boise. Good hearing you guys tonight. I'll try to make it in here maybe once a month. I think I can do that, or if the conditions are really good too, I'll have to monitor and see if we get some good nights there with some good propagation up here, and that might happen going into the winter months here. So.
Oh yeah.
We'll play it by ear. Anyway, 73 to everyone. Great to hear you guys. And glad to jump in here tonight.
Thanks for coming in, Gary.
So 73, and good evening from Boise, Idaho. So over to you, Bill. K6LK, this is W6GY, 73.
Yeah. Okay. W6GY, K6LK returning. Yeah, well, very good. Just wanted to comment there on capabilities there. John's had some experience with broadcasting, so he does know his stuff there when it comes to audio. And Kevin, I was going to suggest electric radio for that KWS-1 thing, if you haven't tried them. They had a situation going with publishing things that would attract their members, and I'm sure there's people that would have an interest in Collins' equipment in electric radio, so you might want to consider them. But as far as your situation goes there with publishing it yourself, that's probably not a bad idea.
It's a good idea.
Might pick you up down the road, and if you have the ball rolling and then presented it to electric radio, they might say, well, this guy's pretty darn serious about it. They could review it on their own. You wouldn't be submitting it to them. They could
electric radio would take it in a second.
You might also want to consider QTH. A guy I know, K6HM, is using QTH for his Collins.
Don't use QTH.
516F2 regulator chip. And he's a good guy. You might want to check in to see what Young's got going. Maybe QTH is another good source for you. And Kevin, I was kind of curious, that new amplifier, does that come with F meters for various people that you talk to? Because you're going to have to hand out some F meters. That last time around, you were 25 over when you got off the new software. So I don't know, maybe conditions. We're with you on that. And the best way to handle those LD mosses is to get a combiner and get a couple of those amps and put it together. You could get about 6,000 watts VDB going. And, first call, on the 6,000 watts, then you could drop it down to 1,500 just to be illegal. Anyway, that's just a thought. So I'll say my 73s because I've raised enough trouble here tonight, and turn it over there to you, Jay. WB6MWL, occasion still, Jay.
Okay, very good. WB6MWL. Yeah, very good. Hi, everybody. And content doing a little better there. And I heard you say off your amp, John. But it's the only one down in the S7. That's not bad. Still good copy on the 175 there. So, I'll give a report next Saturday night on Clemmer. We'll see what transpires over there. It's very much so. I have one rig. I'm going to try and sell one great rig probably. So, other than that, I don't have anything else I really want to part with right now. A few other little minor things, maybe. So, 73s, everybody, good to hear you on for next Saturday night. And everybody be careful and take care. And Kevin, if you leave before then, have a safe trip to Texas there. So what do you want? KD6VWS, WB6MWL, 73.
Okay, Jay, WB6MWL, KD6VWS. Yeah, boy, you're really coming in great on that MCX5. Blasted in here. About as loud as I've ever heard you. So, and thank you, John, for doing that recording last week. That was really neat. First time I've heard myself, except for on KFS. So, that was kind of interesting. And copied everybody Q5. So, yeah, Gary and the boys, you're coming in good about S8. Q5 copy. So, be as regular as you can be and need all the swans that we can get out here. Yeah, this is a pretty good GC here. So, I guess I'll say my 73's been a good day. Great. So, let me send it over to you, Kevin. WA6, JKN, KD6VWS.
Yeah, just everybody's signal has come way up. Absolutely beautiful armchair copy by everyone. Yeah, perfect for the 73 round. And I noticed we all ended up on 38.95, but pretty much. Slow drift, right? Yeah. So there you go. Oh, thank you, Bill, and everybody's comments about ways to publish and so on and so forth. Good input. Dave's got a text from John there with some good information. So I'm fully armed now with possibilities. Something I'll probably take care of when I get back from Texas. Excuse me. In the meantime, I'll probably just drop a copy off on the QRZ page before I leave, so it's there. Because I know there's some out there that are anxiously awaiting it, and so I'm not sure if it's going to be published, when it's going to be published by the Collins folks. I think that the next signal is going to come out, I heard, in January. So apparently it didn't make the cutoff for the last one that was sent, but I can't figure out when the last one was sent. That's haven't figured that out yet. So nothing on the web page, and boy, oh boy, it's really disappointing. I'll tell you. It's just like everything stopped, updates everything. So it's and the some of the data that used to be on there is gone. So anyway, hope it doesn't go by the wayside like the AMI organization did. It went belly up. Board of directors went bye-bye, and their website went bye-bye. Our presence with the ARRL for AMI disappeared off the ARRL website. And, that's all problematic because we need... whether we agree with the ARRL or not, we need their ability to give us a presence to maintain like amplitude modulation, so they don't take it away from us or reduce the power more, or say we can't use the mode and all that kind of stuff. So all these big organizations, I think they're critical and they're necessary, and maybe it just comes down to the average age. We're just getting too old and tired, and technology most of the folks buy, and there's some takers with some of the technology, but I'm talking about advanced stuff, and I stayed up with it because I had to do that as a consultant. But I guess as we get older, we're getting disconnected from the technology, getting tired, and whatnot. I don't know what the solution. I was talking with the XOL about it the other night about what's going to happen with ham radio. Is it going to be around long enough to enjoy it right up to the very end? What about the next generation? Is it going to be here? These young kids, they're all on TikTok. So ham radio needs to compete with TikTok and Twitter and Instagram. I don't know about Facebook. I don't think there's any kids on Facebook. I think that's I don't even know what that is. That's a lost cause, Facebook. But things like TikTok, I was talking to my grandson, who's on board with all this new technology. Says, oh yeah, the kids are on TikTok. I go, Lord help us. All right, well listen, the very best of 73 to everybody. Take care, and thanks for the input. It's always a real pleasure stopping by the nets throughout the week, and especially the Swan net. Skip, you do such a masterful job as a net control operator, consulting anybody, and causing discontent. So my hats off to you, sir. Good night, everybody. K6LGL, WA6JKN.
Okay, Kevin, thank you very much. The B6JKN, B6LGL. centered around Swan, but, you know, anything else goes. Okay, the important thing is that it's a free opportunity to say whatever you're interested in. I think John, and I wanted to say what they did daily. Try their DMS, their editor of electric radio. That may be a good place. That's where you're being bred. Sometime in the future, you know, you cut down on converstions bi-monthly. I mean, monthly to bi-monthly now, so next year might make it December-ish or so. I don't know. So anyways, everybody, thank you for supporting the Swan. And Jay does that on Sundays on 20 meters every so often also. So, you know, West Coast is represented fairly well there. So, I've secured the net at approximately 6:40 and what, about 15 seconds? No, 35 seconds. So, any final comments? You're welcome, and hey, always have a safe and nice weekend. Get sick with a green light.
Yep. Now the 4 buses Sunday in at 20 meters. Time and frequency. What's the time?
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, that would be a good idea. Go ahead to rephrase that for Sunday at 40, over. Go ahead and repeat that for the I think it's
Unless there was the Swan net at 20 meters you were talking about by mistake.
yeah, I don't know. Jay, are you still there? Can you give us the particulars on the Swan net on Sunday? Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, right after the Heath Kit net. On 292, 293, right in that area. At 1 p.m.
QSL, 20 meters, 1 p.m., 14 at 292, 293. Thank you very much, Jay.
You're welcome. That's nice of you, but that's okay. 32, everybody. Good night. Have a good weekend.
All right, that's going to be it, guys. Sorry for such a long video, but we had to see how the stream was. Catch you again next time.